Checkly is the application reliability platform for modern engineering teams that allows you to detect, communicate, and resolve production issues quickly. And to do so, you can create API checks running from around the globe, testing and monitoring your crucial API endpoints. And for your websites and web apps, you can create browser checks that mimic real end-to-end user behavior. And if you're using Playwright, which you definitely should, you can even take your existing Playwright code base and use it for monitoring to be the first one to know when something is off, when something is cooking in production. And I think this is already pretty great, but people kept asking us, all right, but what about simpler stuff? And I'm super excited to tell you now that Checkly now offers uptime monitoring too. To get started, you could go into the Checkly web application and create new URL monitors, TCP monitors, and heartbeat monitors right from within the Checkly UI. But I prefer to do things the Checkly way. With Checkly, you can configure and control your entire monitoring setup from within code. So here we have a JavaScript or TypeScript file that imports a new URL monitor, then it creates a new URL monitor, and then you have to give it an ID and a name and define your monitoring configuration. So in this case, we're monitoring a Checkly API endpoint, and we expect that this API endpoint will respond with a proper 200 status code. When you're then happy with your configuration, you can head into your terminal and use the Checkly CLI to test out your future monitoring running in the Checkly infrastructure. And once this is all green, you can use npx checkly deploy with the preview flag to double check all the changes to your monitoring. And when this all looks good, use npx checkly deploy to turn your new configuration into production monitoring and start monitoring your infrastructure. All your monitoring results will then be accessible in the Checkly web app, where you can have a detailed look at every individual run, look for the reasons of your alerts and failures, and can access detailed performance statistics about all your Checkly monitors. At Checkly, we believe in a layered monitoring approach. The first layer of your monitoring strategy should be uptime monitoring. With URL monitors, TCP monitors, and heartbeat monitors, you can detect downtime of URLs and your infrastructure, and you can measure and validate performance in a fast and affordable way. Synthetic checks will then make up the next layer with API checks, multi-step API checks, browser checks, and player checks, because they allow you to monitor complex end-to-end user journeys, validate chained and multi-step API requests, and get detailed performance and core web vital statistics. And the best thing? All of this can be managed and controlled within your code base so that your monitoring infrastructure scales the same way as your application. I'm pretty stoked about this because a proper monitoring strategy helps me sleep better at night, because I need to know that everything is running properly in production. So let us know what you think, and I will talk to you very, very soon again.